There was a time when the name Burger King was synonymous with power in the fast food world. An empire worth over $8 billion, serving millions of meals daily, spanning over 100 countries, and standing tall as the king of burgers on the global map. But then the impossible happened. Over 2,000 stores closed in just a few years. Revenue plummeted, and the seemingly unassailable Whopper throne began to shake. Behind that legendary success story lies an entire secret network, wrong decisions, tearful franchise battles, and even seemingly crazy bold strategies. From an underdog that was nearly bankrupt, Burger King has risen to become McDonald's competitor. But that very journey also led them into a downward spiral. And there's a dark, hidden truth that few know. The secret to Burger King's success was stolen. Join us as we delve into the whole truth from the early days in Florida in 1953 to the crisis that forced the king to close numerous stores. Is this the end for Burger King, or just the prelude to a fiery comeback? To understand why Burger King collapsed, first we must go back in time. Let's go back to the moment when everything began. In 1953, in Jacksonville, Florida, a small burger joint called Instab Burger King was born. Selling only a few burgers to go, a few milkshakes, and a few orders of fries. That was the achievement of two men, Keith Kramer and Matthew Burns. They started with a simple ambition to do things quickly, sell a lot, and serve as many people as possible. And then it was that very ambition that brought David Editon, an organized engineer, and Jim McLemore, a businessman with a sharp financial eye, into the game. They bought the entire company when the original founders fell into financial crisis. From that moment on, Burger King began a new chapter. No longer a casual restaurant, but a bold project aimed at redefining how Americans eat hamburgers. In 1957, a historic turning point occurred. During a business trip to Jacksonville, McLemore and Editon happened upon a rundown but crowded burger joint. The secret lies in the fact that their burgers are bigger, more flavorful, and include mustard and chopped pickles. McLemore immediately understood. If we want to be number one, we need a bigger weapon. And so the Whopper was born, the first larger-sized burger in American fast food history. In fact, Editon even rebuilt the flame broiler in his garage himself, so he could grill larger, tastier, and more appealingly charred pieces of meat. The launch of the Whopper is not just a new product, but a brand statement. Burger King doesn't copy, we create legends. It was also from here that the slogan "Home of the Whopper" became famous throughout the United States, and people began to remember Burger King as a place where you could find the true king of burgers. Entering the 1960s, Burger King began to expand rapidly. From a few scattered stores across Florida, this restaurant chain exploded across the United States, becoming a formidable counterweight to McDonald's. In 1963, Burger King opened its first international store in Puerto Rico, a historic milestone. Despite the opening day hiccup when Whopper buns weren't delivered on time, store owner Luis Serenas Perez quickly used regular buns to serve customers, and thus the Whopper Jr. was born. A product created by accident, but which became legendary. Belief in the ability to globalize is growing. By the 1970s, Burger King was present in Canada, Europe, Australia, and continued to spread worldwide. Every home of the Whopper sign that goes up is a testament to the fact that this brand isn't just selling fast food, they're selling a piece of American culture. From a humble burger joint in Florida, Burger King has become one of the biggest pop culture icons of the 20th century. With the Whopper as its crown, the Have It Your Way slogan, emphasizing customer choice, and hundreds of new stores opening each year, Burger King isn't just selling burgers. They're shaping how the world thinks about fast food. Burger King is not just a brand, it's a part of childhood memories, the taste of family road trips, and a symbol of the American dream. A dream encapsulated between two slices of bread. But like every empire that has reached its peak, cracks always lurk behind the glory. And with Burger King, those cracks began with hundreds of small decisions that seemed harmless during a period of dazzling success. By the end of the 1980s, Burger King had become a global icon. But instead of continuing to innovate, the company chose the easiest path, copying its competitors. McDonald's launches the Filet-O-Fish. Burger King responded with fried fish balls. Is White Castle famous for its mini sliders? Burger King also sells sliders, but they're a worse version, looking like loaves of bread stuck together. When competitors launch new products, Burger King seems to lack its own vision. They just chase after. As a result, the brand began to lose its identity from a pioneer with a Whopper to a pale imitator. And customers feel that one of the most disastrous mistakes in brand history occurred in 1985. The Where's Herb campaign. The idea sounds interesting. A fictional character named Herb has never eaten Burger King. Anyone who finds Herb in the store will receive $5,000, and one lucky person will win $1 million USD. But instead of creating a sensation, the campaign became a dull joke. Consumers don't understand who Herb is, nor do they care. And so, over $40 million evaporated, leaving only a media stain and a painful question. Does Burger King still understand its customers? In the early 1990s, amidst a series of failures, Burger King unexpectedly scored a hit with the BK Broiler, a skinless charcoal grilled chicken burger that tapped into the healthy eating trend. It became one of the most successful products in fast food history. But BK Broiler was also like the light at the end of the tunnel. It shone brightly, then flickered out. Subsequent products were unable to replicate the success. The entire brand continued to plunge into a series of misguided experiments. At this time, nearly 99.7% of Burger King stores are franchised. That helped them expand rapidly, but also made control almost impossible. The franchises began to rebel against the parent company, importing their own ingredients, organizing their own training, and even suing Burger King over pricing policies that were causing them to lose money on every burger. One of the largest franchises, Mary King, went bankrupt with debts reaching $300 million. It's no longer a unified brand. It's an empire that's crumbling from within. Burger King didn't listen, not listening to customers, not listening to partners, not listening to market signals. And in that silence, the empire began to falter. Those cracks can be small. A failed advertising campaign, a poorly creative product, a few dissatisfied franchises, but cumulatively, they are a clear warning. The empire is going off course, and just a few years later, all these small cracks would become a major earthquake, the most painful fall in Burger King's history. Every empire thinks it's immortal until reality knocks on the door. With Burger King, that door opened in the early 2000s, and behind it was a chain of irreversible mistakes. Entering the 21st century, Burger King was no longer the company that controlled its own destiny. Over more than a decade, it changed hands repeatedly from Pillsbury to Grand Metropolitan, then Diageo, then a private equity group, and finally 3G Capital. Every time there's a change in ownership, the strategy changes. No one has time to build a long-term vision. One CEO set a goal of rapid expansion, while the successor focused on cost reduction. One person wants to innovate products, while another pours money into advertising. Result: no strategy had enough time to take effect. The brand becomes an unmanned ship drifting aimlessly in the sea of competition. The consequences of that chaos quickly became apparent. In 2010, Burger King sales plummeted by 17%. Its stock price plummeted, and it was consistently overtaken in market share by McDonald's and Wendy's. While competitors focused on menu innovation, digital ordering technology, and customer experience, Burger King was busy reselling itself. They missed an entire wave of transformation in the fast food industry, from the fast food store model to a fast, convenient, and personalized experience ecosystem. An internal study that year showed 60% of customers felt Burger King was no longer different from other chains. 72% said they chose McDonald's because it's easier to remember, find, and more consistent. And then the saddest thing happened. In an effort to cut costs and save profits, Burger King began to compromise on its most precious asset, quality. A series of negative customer reviews began to appear. Smaller burgers, fewer toppings, mass-produced and reheated instead of grilled directly.